Okay guys, welcome back here. We're going to give you a little update on what's going on. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So let's take a look here. We're in the lunchroom at the moment, which is getting fuller and fuller. And you remember our little Comet. Now you didn't get to see much here, but we got the trunk lid is already in primer. It's all done. The front fenders are done. They're in their primer. So they're all over with. And well, of course, there's just a bunch of other stuff laying around, but we'll show you that stuff later. Colby's motor is still in the shop. So let's get out. Yes, you guys watching in the background, looking in the background of this photo. Flatheads galore. Flathead, flathead, flathead. 3 flatheads there. What do we got going on here under these blankets? Well, we got a 302 sitting up front here for my 58, and we got 327 sitting there, and well, there's just look around this lunchroom. I am surrounded in my my little church here with lots of goodies. Lots and lots of goodies here. We'll take you through a quick little, you can see I gather up all the old steering wheels that I think are kind of cool. Headlight rings. Can never have enough headlight rings. Some people call them headlight doors. Can never have enough for customizing. DeSoto grills. DeSoto grills are definitely a must if you're building a Merc or something else that's very chopped and cool. We got axles. Got some split wishbones. Got a dropped axle going on there, drilled out. God, what do we got? We got shifter knobs like you wouldn't believe. We got shrunken heads here at Old Time Garage. We got all sorts of cool movie posters from back in the day. And there's my hero. There he is right there, everybody. You can laugh. You can think I'm hilarious, but it was this show, it was this movie, it was this car, it was this guy that did it all for me. I would give anything to have that car, even though most people know. I've got every piece of literature on that car. In real life, the car is really just a piece of shit. I mean, it's not a total piece of shit, don't get me wrong, but, you know, it was just scabbed together. But, I mean, that car was the star of the movie. Him, John, who's Paul Lamatte, Harrison Ford, who played Alpha there, and that 55 Chev. Those were the main stars in the movie to me. And anyway, we got all sorts of goodies. We got lake pipes hanging from the ceiling. We got bellflower tips hanging down there. We got clocks. We got shit everywhere. You know, a lot of my stuff isn't even on display because I just got it all in containers labeled. Now all them black parts you see, and that's from my 58, but we'll talk about that later. I don't want to show you that stuff. Anyway, so let's get on to what's going on in the shop. That's enough looking around in my shop here. Okay, so the Pontiac is up in the air today because I had a bunch of other stuff going on. But we'll take a look from underneath. You can see I still got some of the vice grips up on the floors there. But if you notice, there's not as many here now. I've managed to, if I come around this way if I can, without banging my head here, I managed to get all the spot welds done up here. I've managed to get some of the welding up inside the car and the braces in. So you can even see actually the spot welds. Here's the other side. You can see where they burn through. Burn through the, that black primer or sealer, whatever the hell they put on it. Which is good. I'm glad, because this is all going to get cleaned up anyway, but I'm glad I know that I penetrated the two together. So it's all done, so we're getting there slowly on the floors. Now Colby's truck, here's his doors. I just primered the inside of them last night. So they're all primered up. Doors were okay. They need a bit of rust repair. Basically, what door are we at here? Let's get around the hoist. No, wrong door. This door here, passenger side door, was rotten. I wish I'd videotaped this for you guys, but like I say, it's just hard sometimes. Dave and I got so much on the go here. I just don't, you know, I always think about it afterwards about, hey, I should have done a video, and you just forget. But it was rotten here. I had to cut it out here, which is typical, and I cut it all the way back into here. So this is a new piece of metal in there. And then I had to put a piece of metal back in here too. And then the inside was good, but on the outside, the underside, the front side you see, I had to weld a patch in there. So the back side, I'm not going to flip them, it's too hard to hold the camera, but Dave's got all the bodywork finished off and roughed in an 80 grit. we had to replace one of the fenders. Now this is a brand new fender. Now you guys are probably like, holy shit, what's with that body filler on there? I told you again, and I've told you many times before, if you want something to be perfectly straight, you skim coat it, because parts are not straight. This fender came all reproduction stuff. You know, you pick it out of the package, there's always a small little dent or ding here and there. This fender had 2 little dings, that was it. Very happy with it. But Colby wants to go black on this truck. So we could have fixed the dings, and the truck would have looked satisfactory. It would have looked like it would have came from the factory that way. But if you're going to go black and he wants it nice and straight, you skim coat it like you see here. The Bondo is very, very light. I mean, it still sounds like metal. You can actually see, if you look in here carefully, you can see where the metal is actually showing through. So what Dave does is, like I said, he skim coats the entire fender and then he knocks it all back down, and it fills any little minute ripples or highs or lows or anything that it may have. Now you might say, what about doing it with primer? Filling it with primer. Because there is some pretty thick primers out there today, even we use some here, but we're not a big fan of primer because in our opinion, body fillers adhere better to the metal than primer does. Primer is just you know, some guys will just primer and block and primer and block and primer and block, and those guys that are out there doing it, if it works for you, big thumbs up. Our experience here is we've seen it before. People primer and primer and primer, and when it chips off in big hunks. The paint comes off, it peels back, and then you get the water and moisture under it. And now you've got bubbling issues. Where Bondo, not that I'm saying that it can't chip off too, but it's got a lot more, it can adhere better. It's just a better way to go in our opinion. And that's it. So that's what's going on with the new fender. So that goes to show you that is how you're going to do it if you're going to get it straight. That's just what's going to go on. And then we've got his original fender, which you can see, it had some rust down in the front corner, so I had to weld a piece in there. And other than that, you know, you can see where the body filler is, where Dave's got it. It's got some dings around there. Right now he's fixing the worst cases on the fender. And then he'll probably skim coat this one too. You can see actually where he's done a little heating and shrinking right here. He'll skim coat that fender too, and we'll have that fender. So that's it. So Colby's truck's coming along there. Oh, actually, and we got the rear fender over here for Colby's truck let's get around here. Okay. And there's the rear fender that we've been stripping down the bare metal. Now the reason we're stripping this truck right down is because, you know, Colby wants a good job and we don't know what's underneath any of this old product. So when you're kind of doing a frame off restoration, now granted, I've said it many times before, Colby's on a budget here, and this is not a full, I mean, it's a frame off restoration, but he's not going for that, I don't know, like I always say, he's not going for that white glove Barrett-Jackson Concours, whatever, car show look. He just wants a nice, clean, beautiful looking truck where it looks a little better than factory, that he can still drive around, have fun in. I don't think he's going to drive it in the winter, but he's going to be out there driving it in the spring and the summer. I don't think a little rain is going to slow him down from driving it. He's talking about putting his dirt bike in the back. But he still wants, you know what, he's basically, you know, I want to do it and I want to do it right, but I don't want to get overly carried away where I'm starting to put stainless bolts in every bloody thing and I'm powder coating frames and, you know, I'm doing it to that point. I just want it to look nice and clean and presentable, and if he wants to go to a car show, he wants to be able to take it to a car show and be, you know, proud of it. So that's what we're giving him here. So he's got a budget, I'm trying to work within it, and we'll do our best for him. So that's what we'll do. Now, as you can see, Dean's chunk lid, I got the inside of it all primered. We stripped the whole chunk lid right down to bare metal. Dean's chunk lid only needed one little rust repair, and it was just right in here on this lip. The lip would need a little rust repair there. Other than that, that's it. We lucked out on this one. So old Dr. Dave is working away on the chunk lid there. Yes, now we're going to take you guys for a little stroll outside, because we've got to show you what the hell's going on out here. There's a new movie coming out. I think it's called Aberdeen or Aberdeen. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. You guys, when you get off watching my channel, go onto YouTube and write in Aberdeen or Aberdeen. A-D, how did I spell it? God, I'm the worst guy for spelling. I only know how to work on cars. Aberdeen. I don't know. Go A-D-A-M-E or something movie. It'll come up. It's got Harrison Ford in it and a bunch of other good actors. Anyway, my buddy Corey, who you've seen here, he's the guy that's always buying and flipping cars. They filmed that movie down here. and they used a Model A in it at the beginning of the movie, and the lady actually, it was a fully restored Model A back in the day. I mean, it was still, you know, all original, and in the movie the lady takes it and she gets in an accident and flips it over, and in the river it lands, and that's where it winds up. Well, Corey bought the car. So to all my YouTube viewers out there, if you want to go and see a piece of a movie, well, I've got her here at Old Time Garage. Okay, so wait till you see this. So there it is, guys. I mean, it's kind of a shame because, you know, a movie set buys a car like this and they smash it to pieces and then they flip it and they land it in the river and they leave it sit there. Now, granted, the suspension, motor, all that stuff is still good. There's nothing wrong with it. That's why Corey bought it. But you think they could have used this car in the movie itself for driving around scenes, and they could have bought some piece of shit to throw in the river and smash up. I mean, nobody'd know the difference, but anyway, what a shame. There we go. I mean, look at these fenders. Look how the running boards are kicked up. Look at the doors all bashed in. Let's see if we can get this. Let me get this tarp up, guys. Bear with me. Now, Corey bought the car because he's going to take the... Corey's got another one at home. He's got a 28 or 29, I think it is, at home. So he bought this, and he's going to take the... He wants to take the whole rolling frame. So he's got the running gear. He wants to grab some of the interior parts out of it. But the body... He's given me the body, so I'm going to put the body, it's going to go out in the field, and it's going to be lawn art. And because it was in a movie, for all you guys out there, you can come on down, I'll charge you $5, you can take a look. Just fucking with you. You guys going to come all the way down here to see me at Old Time Garage, you're more than welcome to stand next to this car and take a picture. Anyway, look at the roof, she's all bashed in. I mean, wow, is that crazy or what? Back end here, back quarter. Look at this fender. She's had a good... Let's get this up. Oh, the glass is all out of it. Of course, when they... Oh, sorry guys. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back now. Of course, when they did the movie, they had to put the car in the river, so they made sure they broke all the glass out of it before they put it in there. So, you know, there we go. But she sure took a beating. So like I say, so if you guys are, when you guys are done on here, go online. The movie's coming out pretty soon I think. And check it out, Aberdeen, or Aberdeen, or whatever the hell it's called. And you'll see this car at the beginning of the movie in it. And of course, there's my 58 sitting there. Excuse me, there's my 58 sitting there on her stand. And we've been plugging away on that. There'll be an updated video coming up for you on that. Now here's another car here. My friend Zoltan bought this car. Little Meteor. You don't see Meteors too often. That's a Canadian version of the Ford. Same body, different trim, different dash. And it's got the Merc motor. So he bought it. The car itself is just rotten. It's just a rot box. But the reason he bought it was it's got a real good running flathead in it. And the 3-speed tranny seems good, and so does the differential. So he bought it basically for the running gear. I mean, you can see how bad this car is. Take a look at that. Shit. That would be like starting over with the Pontiac. I think this car's as bad, if not worse, than the Pontiac. But you can see what I mean. They got the different dash in there. The Meteor's got a different dash than the Ford. So, being that rotten, I'm surprised the doors closed that good. Anyway, he bought this car, so he's going to strip it. He's going to get the running gear all stripped out of there and take all the Meteor goodies off it and take a few other parts and pieces. And then this car is out of here. She'll be scrapped. I do not want this one for lawn art. At first, I did want it for lawn art, but the more and more I look at it, the more I've decided I don't want it. It's just, it would just look like a derelict car dumped in the field, and you know, I gotta make sure I keep it looking fairly neat out there. So that's Zoltan's car. So I thought I'd give you guys a shot, because I'm sure when I'm roaming around in the videos, you probably see this stuff in the background, and you're probably like, what the hell's going on over there, Rick? So there's that. And there we go. And of course, there's my frame for my 58, but we're going to leave that for now. We'll go on to that later, because that's a whole different video. That's all my 58 stuff, and then we're keeping those videos separate. So anyway, hey, I want to thank all you guys out there for watching. I want you guys to remember, check out Tim's Man blog. Man, that guy's hilarious. Go check him out. He's got a game on there he plays where you can guess the tool of the week. He's a pretty cool guy. And I want all you guys to know out there that I am watching your videos. I got to start writing into you guys. I feel bad. You guys all write into my videos, and here I am. I'm not even writing into you guys, and I feel really bad about that, and I apologize for that, seriously. I just always on the go, guys. Always on the go. Sometimes I sit back and I say to Dave, I say, did I weld that floor in that car? And he'll be like, yeah. And I'll be like, when did I do that? He'll be like, you did that last Tuesday. I'm like, shit, I don't remember that. So anyway, I just, so much on the go, I don't know what's going on. But hey, anyway, all I can say is the bottom line is thanks a lot to all you YouTube viewers. Thanks for anyone out there watching. Remember, it's always a good time at old time, and we'll see you next time.